What's your favorite holiday? My favorite holiday is Boxing Day because of the Premier League and a chance to win $50,000 this year. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jason Mattis here with Winning Bets. Welcome into this episode. This is one of those free games that we play. It's over on the NBC Sports Predictor app where we can win $50,000 if you can correctly predict Matchweek number 19 in the Premier League. They give you 5 games. You got to correctly give them the result and score from all 5 of those games to take home that $50,000 prize. If nobody can do it, you can still win a $1,000 guaranteed prize. It's Boxing Day, the greatest day in the Premier League by far. All teams are in action except for 2, so you get to sit back on Boxing Day after the day after Christmas and just enjoy a nice day of football. It should be absolutely fantastic. Hey, to go along with winning $50,000 through NBC, I also give away $25 each and every single week to the winner of the Winning Bets League. If you're not in that league, grab that information from this video description, join it, compete against your fellow Winning Bet supporters, and take my $25 each and every week. If we take a look and see who won last week, it looks like we had a 6-way tie with 18 points. So what does that mean? Whenever we have a tie of 3 or more people, we roll the $25 over to the next max week. That's match week number 19. So that means this week, right here, right now, it's worth $50 to the winner of match week number 19. No big surprise we had a tie. No big surprise we had a big 6-way tie because a lot of games got postponed due to COVID-related issues. So there wasn't the fair number or the same number of games to cause a little bit of separation. So hopefully that doesn't happen here with match week number 19. We can get somebody to go ahead and win that prize solo. Speaking of COVID, boy, that makes this week tough. It made last week tough. It's going to make the next couple of these match weeks really tough. You don't know what players are getting COVID. These teams aren't disclosing which players are getting COVID, which ones are getting, put on their little list or whatever, their COVID list. Also, these teams are missing training. You talk about, Conte, for example. He talks about how, guys just won't even be able to play all 90 minutes. These guys are isolating for 10 days. They're not even on the training ground. It makes it tough. Kevin De Bruyne, he said he had COVID over a month ago, and he still feels the effects of COVID. He'll make 2 or 3 sprints down the field. He says he's gassed for longer periods of time than obviously what he was pre-COVID. So this COVID is going to impact players, it's going to impact clubs, it's going to impact our ability for a chance to win $50,000. But it's Boxing Day. It's Boxing Day. So let's see if we can't do it. Let's see if we can't predict all 5 of these games. First game here is Burnley and Everton. This one's going to be tough because both of these clubs, their last game was postponed due to COVID, so they're going to be coming off a long layoff. We know how tough Burnley is at home, especially there at Turf Moor. Sean Dice, I think he's going to get them ready because, quite frankly, while Burnley is worse than Everton in the standings, I don't think this is that much worse of a team. And then you add them playing at home at Turf Moor, I think that puts Burnley here in a better spot, in a spot that they can certainly get a result. It's maybe whether or not they can get a win because Everton's not scoring goals, Burnley's not scoring goals. Burnley doesn't give up goals. This one should be low scoring. I think Burnley's going to have enough, though, in the end to pull out the win with both teams finding the back of the net. So go ahead and give me that Burnley 2-1 win. Next one here is Tottenham versus Crystal Palace. How about Tottenham coming off an impressive 2-2 draw versus Liverpool up over the weekend? I thought that was a really good performance for a team that hadn't played since December 5th due to their COVID issues that's going through their club. That was an impressive because Liverpool is obviously in very, very fine form. So good result there by Tottenham. Meanwhile, for Crystal Palace, their last game was canceled due to COVID, but we know how Crystal Palace has been much better of a home side, right? They haven't been that good as an away side. At home, they've been tough. Well, this one's being played at White Hart Lane with Crystal Palace, obviously then traveling within London to take on the Spurs here in this game. So I like the Spurs, though. I mean, a better performance, obviously, coming off their last game up against Liverpool. They're going to be at home. They, got to have the crowd there on Boxing Day. I think Tottenham's a better team than Crystal Palace, even to begin with. Obviously, when they're healthy and not dealing with COVID issues. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and take Tottenham, and I think Tottenham can even keep a clean sheet in this one. Palace isn't scoring a ton of goals. They're not also creating a lot of goals. That's what Palace, the worry part of your a Palace supporter there, is they're just not creating a lot of chances. So we add that with Conte and how good they've been defensive. I'm going to go ahead and say Spurs do the clean sheet. Go ahead and give me a Spurs win, and they're going to win this game 2-0. All right, next one takes us to Aston Villa going up against Chelsea. Villa's another one of these clubs where their last game was postponed due to COVID-related issues. Meanwhile, for Chelsea, they're coming off a boring 0-0 draw up against Wolves. Well, a game that we cashed on my daily sports betting show because we predicted under 2.5 goals in that game. And that that's exactly what you saw. Neither did a whole hell of a lot. Not a game that I watched, but if you look at the highlights and look at the box score, wasn't a game that you would have been thrilled and entertained with if you sat down there and watched that one. Chelsea is getting healthy, though, so that's obviously going to help them out. Villa, though, man, they've been a good home side. You've seen that so far up under Steven Gerrard. They've just been good, quite frankly. Doesn't matter where they play. They were good up against Liverpool, barely losing that game. They were good up against Manchester City, barely losing that game. They've gotten good results, obviously up against Leicester, some of these other clubs. So I think Villa will be able to hang with Chelsea here. They're the better side in terms of how they've been performing at home. They've been really good. Chelsea's not quite firing on all cylinders. We don't know who's going to be back from their COVID issues that they're having. Their main man, Lukaku, was out their last game with COVID. So not knowing that Chelsea will have all their offensive firepower, I think this is a spot where Villa can get a result. So go ahead and give me a 1-1 draw between Villa and Chelsea. All right, Brighton versus Brentford here is the next fixture. Another game where both of these clubs had their last game postponed due to COVID-related issues. So this one I think is just really, really tough. We know Brentford on the road has been tough. They've been stingy. They've been getting some results, but they're not scoring. They're not very flashy when they go on the road. Meanwhile, for Brighton, call them the Cardiac Seagulls. Boy, they've gotten some late goals lately to go ahead and snatch up some points. I don't know. This one's just tough with COVID-related issues. I've got this one at a 2-1. For Brighton. I'm going to go ahead and give this one 2-1 win to Brighton. This one's to me, yeah, that one's tough. So I'll go ahead and say 2-1 Brighton. I'm struggling to figure out that fixture, to be honest with you guys. All right, the last fixture is not on Boxing Day. This one's December 27th. It's the lone game of the day. It's Newcastle United going up against Manchester United. Newcastle, in their last game out, they were thumped by Manchester City 4-0. Not going to hold that against them. Manchester City, is the league leaders right now, and they run it up, generally speaking, on everybody while keeping clean sheets. So, but we've kind of seen this one. Newcastle, though, they're not all that great up under Eddie Howe yet. They didn't get a manager bump. They've not gotten that lift from bringing in Eddie Howe that they would have expected, a manager that I personally like. So yeah, they're struggling. Not good when you're going up against the other Manchester, the red versions of Manchester United. Manchester United didn't play over the weekend. Their game was postponed due to COVID issues. In fact, their last two games have now been postponed due to COVID issues. Don't know who's getting COVID. Again, these clubs don't really release a list of the players that are involved with the COVID-19. But let's just assume that if this game is played, United will have obviously more. I mean, they've obviously got more quality. Nobody's going to dispute that. But they're good. They're good players. Will be on the pitch. So with that being said, I'll easily take the better of the home team, though. But let's give Newcastle some credit here at St. James Park at home. I think they will find the back of the net, but Manchester United will find the back of the net more often. Go ahead and give me a Manchester United 3-1 win in that fixture. All right, that's how we'll do it here on match day number 19, Boxing Day in the Premier League. A fun and exciting day, always to sit back and watch the games as they're on TV all day long. Absolutely love Boxing Day and just relaxing the day after Christmas. These games are going to come hot and heavy during the festive period, so as soon as this one's over, we'll obviously watch these games, and we'll try and turn out another video for you immediately right after for match day number 20. But don't forget, this one's worth $50 to the winner of the Winning Bets League, so get in that league if you're not already, and have yourself a good week so you can take home my $50. Otherwise, guys, enjoy your holiday season. We'll see you back here for match week number 20. That was a lot of fun. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and good luck with your picks. If interested in placing real sports bets, then check out my latest daily free sports betting video in the bottom right corner. Otherwise, I'll see you on the next contest.